Hi guys, thanks for joining us for our June Wine Club tasting. This is take number 3 so far, and hopefully this will be our final take. But Jarrod and I just want to thank you for joining us. And we're going to taste through all 5 of the wines that are in this release, and although each of you only received 4, so if you received the mixed shipment, you'll have the Reserve Viognier, which is what I have in my glass.
2019 Reserve Viognier.
I just want to thank you guys all very much for being patient with us and letting us ship you your wine. I know that that's not necessarily what any of us wish we were doing, but we're happy that we could do it. And we thought that this would be a fun way to kind of try and stay engaged with you guys, let you hear a little bit about what we think about the wines. And I think that it's pretty cool that our team also got together, and you'll see all the favorites from the tasting room in links below have also done tastings. So I think that you'll really enjoy those. We also put some games on there and some recipes, and we tried to do the best we could during these crazy times. So we hope that you guys are all doing well and that you're healthy. And we want, obviously, to get together and be able to taste with you like we're used to. But in the meantime, we're finding some new and creative ways to be together during this time. So
are we supposed to be wearing masks?
No, we get to not wear a mask right now. Oh, another thing that we've included below is a fun little game about our newsletter. So the newsletter has, my little letter, and then on the back it has pricing and stuff. But we feel like we've kind of been in a little bit of a zone here. We keep having all sorts of different things happen. But one of the things that happened is they didn't print our final version of the newsletter. So one of the games is you get to edit the newsletter. So for people who love to edit, you'll see that this newsletter is edit worthy.
What do they win?
What do they win?
Yeah, if they get all the edits right.
If you are somebody,
threw you for a loop, didn't
you did throw me for a loop. We'll put that on the game, so the details will be there. But you'll see. I think it actually could be a fun teachable moment too for people who have kids home, even though they're out for summer now. You could save it when they start back in the fall. There's all sorts of mistakes, and we just don't want you to think that the humor of that was lost on us. So anyway. Okay, let's get started with the wine. I have a little Reserve Viognier in my glass.
I had a little. I drank it, which is why I keep getting in trouble. So this is the 2019 Reserve Viognier. We do 2 different kind of Viogniers. We have the regular Viognier, Crawford Viognier, which is tank fermented. This also is tank fermented, but this sits a little bit longer on the surlies, and so we.
What does surlies mean?
Surlies means all the yeast and all the everything that goes into the fermentation will actually fall down to the bottom, and it sits on, it's called surlies, and they'll actually eventually start breaking down. And when those lees and byproducts break down, they actually give off they help with the aromatics, but they also soften and enrichen the wine. And a lot of times you do that in barrels. Since we stopped doing white barrel fermentations, we do it in the tank, but it works pretty well, and it really rounds out the wine and makes it more of a richer and
more complex.
It's a lot more complex, and comparatively to the other one that we bright, crisp, and we rack it off all the lees early
and a little more acidic and stuff.
I don't think I think you can get the acid, and Viognier always wants to be a little flabby, so we always make sure that we have plenty of acid in ours. But it's a lot different than that Crawford Viognier as far as not as bright and crisp on just the fruit forward. It's more honeysuckle, I think, and peach, and
yeah,
I really like it.
And estate fruit, so a little bit different there.
Yeah, it is a little bit warmer site than some of the Crawford stuff, but yeah, it shows really well. I like it because it is so dramatically different than the Crawford stuff, but it's more of an elegant kind of wine. It's not as not so much the patio porch wine. Yeah,
but very food friendly.
The pH is pretty high on it too, almost like a red wine. It's about 3.4, I think 3.45 or something. So
nice.
Makes it more viscous, I guess.
Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, we our team also tasted through the wines, so we're gonna try and keep our tastings down to like 3 minutes or so.
Because I gotta go to bed because it's getting late.
Yeah, it's 7:30.
7:30.
anyway, our team did taste through the wines below, and so I want to make sure and
We'll power taste.
let you know that we are going to be power tasting, but that we are also going to do some live tastings in here in the future. So we will have a time when we can taste with you. Oh, Jarrod's going to dump our glasses here. And you guys can ask questions. But in the short term, if you have questions, don't hesitate to email them to wineclub@ and we will happily answer them.
2018 Grenache.
We're going to go next to the 2018 Grenache. And this is the first time I've had it since it's been in bottle. It smells.
Yeah, it's young. I mean, it's an 18, so.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? 2018 Grenache. I like the Grenache on Destiny Ridge. It actually has a lot of grapefruit and spice and herbs. I really like the wine. It's not a big, giant, kick in the teeth wine, but it's got a lot of great character, especially in the nose. The color's usually lighter than most of our wines, but
yeah, you can kind of see that.
It's a nice Rhone grape. It does really well with Syrah, actually. Blending with Syrah too. So
it's a name, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain, Prince.
Yeah, little.
May he rest in peace.
Tip of the hat to Prince. Yes.
Prince. I actually where?
I knew you were going to Tennessee.
No, Minnesota. Is that right? Where do you grow up at? Minnesota.
I don't know. I thought for a second it's Tennessee, but maybe I'm wrong.
Anyways,
it's worth a Google.
Where his what is it? Paisley Park place. He actually has a liquor store right by there, and I guess he'd come in, he'd send his people down, and then so I signed a bottle of Purple Rain and gave it to the guy. And so the next time his guys came down, but we didn't. I thought either really like it or we get sued, but it's spelled a little different. So
yeah,
REIGN. So, but I like Prince.
Yes. In Rich's video, he even has a little Purple Rain music playing. So
does he?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The Grenache is planted. If you've ever been up to the vineyard, it's planted right along the top because it's.
I can beat Rich.
Oh, look at that.
Rich. For those of you who don't know, this is Prince, the formerly named Prince, the sign now.
We went to a concert. That's where we got that. We actually had like amazing seats at a concert in Seattle. We had and got to see Prince.
He left early though.
He did leave early, but he was really great.
But then he went down to a bar and played like all night.
Yeah.
Bastard.
So, anyway,
you forgot to tell me.
It was very fun.
It was. So what do you think of this?
I like it.
It's still pretty young. It really opens up, but the mouth has got it does have a lot of grapefruit.
So for those of you that like a Pinot Noir or like a lighter bodied red, this is a great variety.
I think that's going to be really nice. The mouth is good, a lot of spice. It's showing pretty good.
If it's a little tight for you when you open it, just decant it. Because even as I'm swirling it in the glass, it's opening up.
Well, you better drink it because we're moving on.
Okay. All right. Also, you'll notice in the tasting notes that they're not listed in the order that we're tasting them in. So
we're tasting the correct order.
Yeah, we're tasting them in the order that we kind of would recommend they be tasted in. And since we understand that you'll all, now we've lost our wine key. Is that right? There. But we know that you guys are going to be okay.
Oh, my car's not working here. Cab Franc, 2017.
So we're on to our third wine. Yeah, you did. And so
Cab Franc is crazy. This grape, we planted it in '98, and it was like a afterthought for most wineries. Yeah, that's kind of pretty much why they had it, because Washington State has freezes, and actually the Cab Franc is the most winter hardy red grape, and so they could blend it to if we have a winter incident and everything burned down to the ground, you could put up 25% of Cab Franc in it and build out that profile. So, but it wasn't really known for a standalone grape. We started making a standalone Cab Franc a long time ago.
Yeah,
I love it. Our vineyard's good. We got a really hot site. Yeah, it's really warm, but then it has that maritime influence, the wind, and it always shows well. But you have to really let it get ripe and so you get the true characteristics, because it wants to be real herbaceous. And I don't think ours is very herbaceous at all.
No, but definitely some pepper.
Yeah, you can get a little of that.
Yeah, I think that
I take that back.
the Cab Franc was definitely a variety for me that took me a while to learn to appreciate, and I feel like it is one that if you pair it properly with food and the right kind of cheese and everything, it's
really
amazing. Rich. Because it is almost like it is on the lighter side.
The nose is a little bit muted right now, but it's not as much fruit forward as it is kind of plums and dark fruit. Is that what you're getting?
Mm-hmm.
Almost licorice.
You get a little bit of rose on it too, like floral. Mm-hmm. Nice. Really nice. Like it.
17 was an odd year.
How so?
I can't remember. No. It was good. It was a good growing year. It actually, so we came right off 16, which is our heaviest year we ever had. And so it wasn't quite, we had, I think our average is around 4.5 tons in 17.
Okay. So we're going to taste our Tempranillo now. Big shot.
What a big shot.
Oh, it smells good. I like all the smoke on it.
Yeah. It's still got a lot of dark fruit in the nose too. It needs to open up a little bit. These are really young wines, but boy, if you really work it, it's fun how they open up. It's got a lot of spice and dark stone fruit.
Yeah. A little bit of minerality on it too.
The vineyard always, because of the shallow soils and the rocky basalt, always gives a lot of minerality into it.
But nice tannins.
Yeah. So Tempranillo, the name means early, and so that is a lot of times they'll go through veraison first, which is the berries are turning from green to purple, but it's not necessarily the grape that we bring in first. We actually bring it in. We bring it in. I can't remember. I think early October. So we bring in a lot of times Merlot and Syrah a lot earlier than that. But that's the first one that starts turning or showing veraison, which is kind of nice. Kind of the tells you that you better get ready. So, but it shows very well. It's got big clusters, and so
hence the name, Big Shot.
Yeah. So I like this wine too.
I do too.
It's always done well. There's not a lot of Tempranillo in Washington State actually, but it's a really heavily planted grape in Europe.
When I was watching some of the tastings that our team did, I totally agreed with their food pairings, and just smelling it. Carrie mentioned aged Manchego cheese. I was thinking that.
I like that with anything.
Yeah, but this seems like it'd be perfect.
That is. Remember Big John? He used to do focaccia bread and what was it? What kind of cheese? It was a
goat cheese.
It might have. I thought it was a brie, but always showed really well.
Yeah, the cheeses.
Cheese and anything.
Yeah.
Cheese and cheese.
Jarrod's love language. Cheese.
That's what my blood pumps, cheese in it. I said peanut butter, but that's a nice one.
Do you have anything else you want to say about the Tempranillo?
No, it's a tough grape to kind of figure out the barrel profile. It took us a long time. You can over oak it, and like you say earlier, how the smoke you can actually get. So it's real kind of temperamental. So you got to be careful on how much oak you want to put on it. So because we still want to showcase wine and the grape rather than just the barrel making or the winemaking.
But
process.
I like that. What barrel profile do you use?
We still use French, but just it's not as. I mean, we probably use 40% new with that, and then we peel it off into neutral. It doesn't take much with this. It really wants to absorb, anything you put on it. So,
yeah, well, I think it turned out beautifully.
Good. Well,
yeah. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it.
You might have to give my
trip to the vets.
Trip to the vet. Mr. Big.
Yep. Yeah, we can hold the bottle up and then pour it.
You
can hold the bottle up and then pour it.
Okay. Okay, we're on a 2017 Mr. Big.
Okay, so
Mr. Big. That's from my college football coach, Ray Biggs.
Yeah.
He was a cool guy. He is a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Ray Biggs.
Hold it up again. Petite Syrah. So I have to say, here's to you, Ray. And I think it was the perfect wine to name after him.
Mm-hmm. He actually was a scout for, I can't remember what pro team it was, but Jaguars or something. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, I fell in love with Petite Syrah.
Picked me, right?
I fell in love with Petite Syrah a long time ago, and then begged Jarrod to plant it for about 5 years, and then you planted it, and then it takes another 3 years before you can get it in the bottle, and then you have to still wait a couple of years. So when we finally came out with our own, I was very excited.
It's a big wine, actually.
Which I love.
Which is ironic, kind of oxymoron, because it's a Petite Syrah.
I know, right?
They is small berries, but
in comparison to a regular Syrah, what would you say?
Well, it's nothing like Syrah, but it's, I don't know. I think it's a lot more tannic.
Got great color. It's smooth though. It's really nice.
It's good. It's made. I think I like it. I think it turned out pretty well. It's got a lot of. It still has a lot of spice and minerality and dark fruit.
Black cherry. Mm-hmm. Got a little mint.
A little leather in the palate.
It's funny. Every time I smell it, I get a couple new aromas.
That's the fun stuff about wine, is that it's just memories. Mm-hmm. Whatever you're picking up is what you're never wrong. It's just what the wine's providing. So kind of cool. Mr. Big.
All right. So thank you guys so much for
that was it, huh?
Tasting with us. Jarrod's like dumping his glass and he is out of here.
It's almost 8 past my bedtime.
All right, you guys. Seriously though, thank you so much. I hope you guys are all doing well and that you're happy and healthy. And
for sure.
We want you to know how much we appreciate you. And we cannot wait to see everybody soon.
Watch everybody else's videos because
they're pretty fun. Ours is not very good, but we did it because team spirit. Well, Jarrod, we made Jarrod.
I'm busy. A lot of stuff to do in the vineyard.
Okay. Anyway, everybody's busy, but we're very glad that you guys joined us. And like I said, lots of fun games. We have some fun Zoom flashcards and stuff like that below. So check out the links and we will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Cheers.